So now previous class we had learned about how to find out the regression model equation. So using one independent variable, one independent variable and one dependent variable. So in this case we are having two independent variables, so that is x1 and x2, and one dependent variable, that is y. So that means y can be predicted. Okay, so this depends on the variable x1 and x2. Okay, so here five values are given, five rows are given. So this is x1, x2, and y. Okay, now here 6 1, so we need to judge what will be the y. So you have to predict y. Okay, so given x is 3 and x1 is 3 and x2 is 2. Okay, so here what we are supposed to do, so now we have to find out the linear equation so that we can predict the value of y. So y will be always in terms of x1 and x2. Okay, so now linear regression model with two independent variable. Okay, so you can write here. So we normally, when we had drawn the graph, so previous class also we had find the intercept and we had also find the slope. Okay, so there we had written y is equal to mx plus c. So c was intercept and m was slope. Okay, so similarly when we have more than one variable, we can write that in terms of a, okay, b1 and b2. So a is intercept here, so b1 and b2 are slope. So because we are having two independent variables, so when we draw two scatter plots, okay, so we get the slopes. Okay, so one slope we are calling it as b1, another slope we are calling it as b2. Okay, now a will be equal to y bar minus of b1 x1 bar minus of b2 x2 bar. Okay, so where y bar is a mean of y, okay, so x1 bar is a mean of x and x2 bar is a mean of x2. Okay, so whatever values we have in x1 x2, okay, so we are supposed to find the mean of them. Okay, so mean will be can be calculated by taking the summation divided by total number of values. Okay, so now a here we are calling it as a intercept. So to find out b1, so b1 will be equal to summation of x2 square into summation of x1 y. Okay, so this is minus. Okay, so minus is missing here. Okay, so it is not seen in scanning. Okay, so minus, so summation of x1 x2 into summation of x2 y. Okay, divided by summation of x1 square, okay, into summation of x2 square minus of summation of x1 x2 whole square. Okay, so this we can call it as equation 2. So this we can call it as equation 1. So similarly, so b2, so summation of x1 square into summation of x2 y minus of summation of x1 x2 into summation of x1 y divided by summation of x1 square into summation of x2 square minus of summation of x2 x1 x2 whole square. So this we can call it as equation 3. Okay, now you can make observation here. So here I have written all x as a small letters. Okay, so and here we have written this as a capital letters. Okay, now here you can see in the question also we have written it as a capital letters. Okay, so these are the values of the variables, whereas the small x, okay, x1 x2 is a variance with respect to x1, so x2 is a variance with respect to x2. So that means you cannot take directly these values. Okay, so these are called as a variance. X1 is a variance with respect to x1. Okay, so x2 is a variance with respect to x2. Okay, so what we have to do to find out value of b1 b2, so we need to know what is the summation of x1 square, so summation of x2 square. Okay, so summation of x1 x2. Okay, so summation of x1 y, summation of x2 y. Okay, so if these five things if you know, then you can substitute those in this equation and find out a value of b1 and b2. Okay, so now let us see how to find out those summation. Okay, now multiple regression model. Okay, so you can write the equation y is equal to b0 plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2 and so on, so till bn xn plus epsilon. Okay, so epsilon is a error. So previous class I shown, whenever we draw a linear line in the scatter plot, okay, so the line may not be perfectly linear, always there will be some error. So this error is called as a epsilon. So in this case we assume that epsilon, okay, the random error is 0. Okay, so we assume that we are going to have a perfect linear line. Okay, so for two independent variable we can write the equation, this particular equation, as y is equal to b0 plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. Okay, so because only two values are there. Okay, so we have to stop at x2 and epsilon we have assumed it to be 0. If you had three independent variables, so it will be, you will be again having b3 beta 3 into x3. Okay, so now I can write this. Okay, so y is equal to a plus okay, b1 x1 plus b2 x2. So where a is intercept, b1 and b2 are slope. Okay. Now in equation 2 and 3 we have used x1 x2, so that is a small letter, it is a variance. Okay, so it's not a variable, so it is a variance here. Okay. So variance to find v1 and v2, so we require these values, as I said, summation of x1 square, summation of x2 square, summation of x1y, summation of x2y, summation of x1 x2. So these 5 things if you know, so you can substitute these values in equation 2 and 3, that is to find out v1 and v2. So once you find that, okay, so you can easily find the intercept. Okay. So now x1 square will be equal to summation of x1 minus of summation of x1 into summation of x1 divided by n. Okay. So summation of x2 square is equal to summation of x2 minus of summation of x2 into summation of x2. Okay. So divided by n. So similarly, summation of x1y will be equal to summation of x1y. So these are the capital letters. Okay. So minus of summation of x1 into summation of y divided by n. So similarly, summation of x2y is equal to summation of x2y minus of summation of x2 into summation of y divided by n. Okay, so summation of x1 x2 will be equal to summation of x1 x2 minus of summation of x1. Okay, so this is not a denominator, so this is a separate one, like how we had written it here. Okay, so summation of x1 x2 minus of summation of x1 into summation of x2 divided by n. Okay, so let us see how to find out all these values. Okay, now what we okay, so we want summation of, okay, x1 into x1. So that means we need to multiply x1 and x1. Okay, so you hear what we have done. So these are the normal tables what we had. So y, x1, x2. Okay, so we want x1 into x1. Okay, so x1 into x1. So that means 3 into 3 is 9. 4 into 4 is 16. 5 into 5 is 25. 6 into 6 is 36. So 2 into 2 is 4. Okay. So similarly, we are finding out x2 into x2. So 8 into 8 64. So 5 5 is 25. So 7 into 7 49. So 3 into 3 9. So 1 into 1 1. Okay. So we have found out x1 x1 x2 x2. So now let us find x1 and x2. So x1 and x2. So 3 is 24. Okay, so 4 5 is 20, so 5 7 is 35, 6 is 18, so 2 1 is 2. Okay, so similarly we need to find x1 into y. Okay, so x1 into y, so we need to multiply these two. So 3 into minus of 3.7 will be minus 11.1. So likewise 4 into 3.5. Okay, so you will be getting 14. So 5 into 2.5 you will be getting 12.5. So 6 into 11.5 you will be getting 69. So 2 into 5.7 you will get 11.4. So similarly we need to multiply x2y. Okay, so x2 and y. So if you multiply 8 into minus of 3.7 you are getting minus 29.6. Okay, so again 5 into 3.5 17.5, 7 into 2.5 17.5. So 3, okay, into 11.5 34.5. Okay, again 1 into 5.7 5.7. Okay, so now let us find the summation of all. So summation is, okay, summation here written. So summation of y. So that means I am taking the sum of all these 5 values. Okay, any doubt here? Okay. So I'm taking summation of all these values. So that will be 19.5. Okay. Now summation of x1. Okay. So I'll be taking summation 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 2. It will be, you'll be getting 20. Okay. So similarly, we are taking a summation of x2. Okay. So summation of x1, summation of x2, summation of x1, x2. Okay. And summation of x1y is 95.8. Summation of x2y is 45.6. Okay, so we had required those values. So to get that values, so we use this particular formula. Okay, so we have to use these formulas to get all these values. Okay, so now let us find those values. Summation of x1 square will be equal to, okay, summation of x1 into x1. Okay, you can see here summation of x1 into x1. Okay, so summation of x1 into x1 is 90 minus of, okay, so what we had written, summation of x1 into summation of x1. Okay, so summation of x1 is 20 into summation of x1 is 20 divided by n. So n here we are taking it as 5. Okay, so divided by 5, so we'll be getting the values 90 minus 80, that will be equal to 10. Okay, so now again, okay, so summation of x2 square. So summation of x2 square is summation of x2 into x2. So minus of summation of x2 into summation of x2 divided by n. Okay, so summation of x2 into x2. Okay, summation of x2 into x2 is 148 minus of, okay, so summation of x2 into summation of x2, so that is 24 into 24 divided by 5. So we'll be finally getting the values 32.8. Okay, so similarly summation of x1y will be equal to summation of x1y minus of summation of x1 into summation of y divided by n. Okay, so summation of x1y is 95.8, so minus of summation of x1, okay, 20, so summation of y is 19.5 divided by 5 will be equal to 17.8. Okay, so now summation of x2y will be equal to summation of x2y minus of summation of x2 into summation of y divided by n. Okay, so summation of x2y, yes, summation of x2y is 45.6. Okay, so minus of summation of x2, okay, into summation of y. So summation of x2 is 24, summation of y is 19.5 divided by 5 will be equal to 48. Okay, so summation of x1 x2, okay, will be equal to, so summation of x1 x2, so I said there's no denominator here, so summation of x1 x2, okay, so minus of summation of x1 into summation of x2 divided by n. So summation of x1 x2 is 99. Okay, so that is 99 minus of summation of x1 is 20, so summation of x2 is 24, so divided by 5, so we'll be getting a value 3. Okay, so now we have obtained, okay, so these values, summation of x1 square, that is variance, okay, x2 square, summation of x1y, summation of x2y, summation of x1 and x2. So now we need to substitute all these values what we have obtained. Okay, so in the equation 2, so equation 2 is what? This one, to find out the value of b1, that is slope. Okay, so summation of x2 square into summation of x1y minus of summation of x1 x2 into summation of x2y divided by summation of x1 square, okay, so into summation of x1 square, so minus of summation of x1 x2 whole square. Okay, so now after substituting that, so we will be getting 32.8. Okay, so 32.8 is summation of x2 square, okay, so into summation of x1y 17.8 minus of, okay, so summation of x1 x2, okay, into summation of x2y, okay, so divided by summation of x1 square into summation of x1 square minus of summation of x1 x2 whole square, so this is 3 square. Okay, so when we solve this one, so we'll be getting a value b1 is equal to 2.28. Okay, next substitute the same obtained value in equation 3. So this is your equation 3, so we need to find out the value of this slope b2. Okay, so for that what we have to do, we have to substitute the values. Okay, so that is summation of x1 square, okay, so minus of summation of x2y minus of summation of, okay, so x1 x2 into summation of, okay, so x1y, so denominator remains same for both. Okay, so when we resolve this, we will be getting the values minus 1.67. Okay, now substitute the obtained value of b1 and b2. Okay, so in equation 1, okay, now we are supposed to find out in equation 1, so we have substituted b1 and b2. Okay, so a is equal to y bar minus of b1 is 2.28 into x1 bar, so minus of, so b2 is minus of 1.67 into x2 bar. Okay, now we need to also resolve x bar, x2 bar, y bar. Okay, so we know that x1 bar is nothing but mean of x1 independent variable, so x1 bar is equal to 20 divided by 5. Okay, so you can see here x1 summation is 20, so take the sum of all divided by 5. Okay, so we get 20 by 5 is 4, x1 bar is 4, So x2 bar is nothing but mean of x2 independent variable. So x2 bar is equal to 24 divided by 5, which is equal to 4.8. So x2 bar is nothing but summation of x2. Okay? Summation of x2 is 24. Okay? So divided by 4.8. Okay? So divided by 4, divided 24 divided by 5, we'll get 4.8. Okay? So y bar is equal to mean of y, which is dependent variable. So mean of y is 19.5 divided by 5, which will be equal to 3.9. Okay, so now we have to substitute. Okay, so we got y bar. So y bar is 3.9 minus of, okay, so 2.28. Okay, x1 bar. So x1 bar is 4. Okay, so minus of, so b2 is minus 1.67 minus 1.67 into 4.8, that is x2 bar. Okay, so when we substitute and resolve this, we will be getting 2.78. Okay, so now we know the intercept A, which is 2.78. Okay, and we know the value of B1, which is slope 2.28, and the value of B2, which is minus 1.67. Okay, so now you need to substitute these values in equation 4. Okay, so where we have written y is equal to a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. Okay, so a is 2.78 plus b1 is 2.28 into x1. So this, okay, 1.67 into x2. So this is a regression model equation. The final equation what we have obtained, this is a regression model equation. So which is nothing but, which is okay, which is giving the intercept, okay, 2.78. So slope 2.28 into x1 minus 1.67 into x2. Okay. Now using this equation, so we can predict any values of y given x1 and x2. So the question mark, so given x1, okay, so this you can take to be a capital letter only. So I've just written a small letter, don't confuse with the variance. So this is just a capital letter. So given x1 is 3 and x2 is equal to 2. So we need to predict what is the value of y. Okay. So substitute the value of x as 3. Okay. So x2 as 2. So when we substitute and calculate, we get y is equal to 6.28. So this is the thing what we need to fill in, okay, in the question. So starting question, so we had got, okay, so this is a question mark. So question mark, so that this is a thing what we are supposed to predict. So that will be equal to, okay, so that is equal to 6.28. So this is our regression model equation for two independent variable. Okay, so again, so for predicting y, so by substituting these values, we can predict the value of y. Okay, so is it clear till now? Have you understood?
Yes.
So shall we move on for another problem? So like this, he can give you any values in the examination and ask you to predict the values. So you will have the marks. So step by step at each formula, what values you have got. So there also you will get a marks. Okay, and so the final regression equation is important. So here also you get the marks, and for prediction also you are getting some marks. Okay, so I'll just share you some other problem. So which is the problem which was explained in the PPT. Okay, so house prediction model. So using the same thing, we can resolve that one. Okay, so I'll just share you. Just wait a few minutes for that. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we'll take, okay, so predict the house price. Okay, so from the size of the house and number of rooms for the following data set. Yeah, so previous video or previous lecture we had seen the same problem. So where we had only one independent variable, that was the size of the house and price of the house. So that means the house price depends on the size. So in this case, house price also depends, okay, on the size as well as the number of rooms available there. Okay, So now we have this following data. So house price is 1,850 if rooms are 4. So this is your house price. Okay. So now we need to find out. Okay. So predict the house price. So based on these two independent values. Okay. So we are going to proceed in the same fashion. So for multiple independent variables, so regression model equation is, so y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 x1. So let beta 2 x2 plus and so on till beta naught beta n xn. So plus epsilon. Okay. So epsilon here we assume to be 0. Okay. So for theoretically we assume it to be a 0. So for two independent variables, so I can write y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 x1. So plus beta 2 x2. So this x1 and x2 is actually not variance. Okay. So we're just written it is. So this is an independent variable here. So I'm writing. Okay, so y is equal to a plus b1 x1 plus b2 x2. Okay. So now here we assume epsilon to be 0. Okay. So now general formula for finding out x bar is summation of I is equal to 1 to n x1 divided by n. So y bar is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to n yi divided by n. So this means that, okay, so this is a, we need to find out the mean of this. Okay, take the sum of all and count it divided by n. Okay, in this case it is 15. So take the sum of all divided by 15. So we'll get the summation of mean of this particular variable. So this is a general form. Okay. Now to find out the intercept a, okay, so we can write a is equal to y bar minus of b1 x1 bar minus of b2 x2 bar. So let us take this to be a equation 2. Okay, so equation 1 is this one. Okay, so this is a regression model equation. So where we have to find out the value of a, intercept, slope b1, slope b2. Okay, so if you know this and if you substitute any values of independent variable, so you can predict the y. Okay, so our entire process is to find a, b1 and b2. Okay, so now what we are doing, so here to find a, intercept, so the formula is y bar minus of b1 into x1 bar minus of b2 into x2 bar. Okay, so x bar and y bar, x1 bar, x2 bar you can find out by seeing the values in the table by following the mean. Okay, so now summation of coefficient b1 in that equation, so we are getting b1 is equal to summation of x2 square into summation of x1 y minus of summation of x1 x2 into summation of x2y divided by summation of x1 square into summation of x2 square minus of, okay, so summation of x1 x2 whole square. Okay, so similarly, so what we are doing, so b2 is equal to summation of x1 square into summation of x2 square minus of summation of x1 x2 into summation of x1 y. Okay, so divided by x1 square summation of x2 square minus of summation of x1 x2 whole square. Okay, now what we are doing, so to do that, so what we have to do again. Okay, so we have the given, the price, size and room. So this I'm taking as x1, so this I'm taking as x2. Okay, so now we need to know x1, x1, x2, x2, because to find out the values of b1, so we had small variable x1 and x2. To find out that is actually the variance. To find out that we need these values. So we are calculating x1 into x1, x2 into x2. So this is your x2, x1 into x2. And x1 into y and x2 into y. Okay, so what we have done, I had done all this in the Excel sheet. Okay, because so the values are large, so it may take a lot of time for calculation. So summation of this, okay, this is a value. So x1 size, the summation 28970 is the summation of x1. So 48 is the summation of x2. x1 into x2 is nothing but I've taken the square of that. 1850 into 1850, you'll get this one. So if you substitute the formulas in Excel, you can easily get this. So 2190 into 2190, you'll get this particular value. Okay. So like that. So this is, okay, the square of x1 into x1. So square of x2 into x2, 4 4s are 16, 5 5s are 25, 4 4s are 16, like that. So the square of this one. Okay, then the summation of this. So similarly, x1 and x2. So these two columns multiplied, you will get this value. So x1 into y. So x1, this column multiplied by this column, so you will get these values. Okay. Then x2 into y. So this column multiplied by this column, you will get this. Okay. So and here all these are the summation of this. Okay. Now for linear regression, two independent model. So like in the previous example, so we require x1 square summation of x1 square. So these are the variant with respect to x1, x2 is a variance with respect to x2 independent variable. So we need all this. So using the same formulas, okay. So we this all these I just call it as equation 5. So this can be calculated by substituting these values. Okay, summation of x1 into x1, summation of x1 into x1 is this one. Okay, so minus of this. Okay, so substituting the respective values, I've got these values. So 1053523. Okay, so summation of x2 square is 18.4 after substituting these values. Okay, again summation of x1y. So after substituting the values, I got 146946633. Okay, summation of x2y. Okay, after substituting these values, okay, I've got 650720. Summation of x1 x2 we have got 3296. Okay, so now using all these and substituting this in this particular equation. Okay, so I have got, okay, so the value b1 is equal to 65.60. okay, if you want you can try out an excel sheet and check out. So b1 is equal to 65.60. so similarly after substituting all those values, okay, I have got a value of b2 as 23613.1396. Okay, so 23 you can just round it off to any two decimal also here. So we have just got a value 23613.13. Okay, so this is the same values what we had got in the textbook. So while explaining the PPT in the class, regression class, I've told. So we had directly told the values there. So this is how we have got the values. The same values is there even in the textbook or your PPT, you can check it. Okay. Now to find the value of A, so we need to find, okay, so y bar minus x bar minus b1 x1 bar minus b2 x2 bar. Okay, so x1 bar y bar, you know, it's nothing but summation of y divided by L. Okay, so summation of y is, okay, this is your y, summation of y. So this divided by 15. Okay, so you will get 215193. Okay, so similarly x1 bar, so x1 bar, okay, so if you have, this is a x1 value 28970 divided by 15, you get x1 bar. So x2 bar, okay, 48 divided by 15, you get a x2 bar. So that is the values what we had obtained here. So this is x1 bar, okay, x2 bar is 3.2. So we have got 65.60 as b1. So b2 is 23613.13. I've rounded off to only two decimal. So we have got the value of intercept as, okay, 12923.73. Okay, so substituting these values, okay, in the equation, we get a regression model. So that will be 12923 plus 65.60 into x1 plus 23613.13 into x2. Okay, so this x1 is nothing but the size. Okay, x2 is nothing but a root. So we have got a regression model. So this is a regression model. Okay, now to make the prediction, so in the question in the examination, if he is asking you to predict the house price, okay, so given some size of the rooms and given the number of rooms and the size, so you can substitute what is the size and what are the number of rooms, okay, and evaluate this equation, so you will get the house price. Okay, so here we have finished, okay, our linear regression model for predicting the house price. Okay, so is it clear?